Well, hello there, people. Oh my god, I forgot to set up my webcam. So anyway, we are going to install Deepin under openSUSE, which is this little magnificent beast that I have installed here. This is just a fresh install of GNOME. I haven't really done anything with it because this is my new install after the whole Pantheon desktop test. So now I want to do a Deepin desktop test because someone was asking me if you could actually install Deepin under Tumbleweed, and you can. And I will say this. I do recommend that you go and install. If you want to do this, do it under a new install. You can select it under in the install manager. Or the install, I think it's called. You can select whatever desktop environment you want, and Deepin is in there also. Either you have to do it under manual selection, or it is under tech menu, a suggested desktop menu. I think GNOME, KDE, XFCE, and LX. No, not LX. IceVM should be in there as a quick selection. But under the summary menu, or the summary menu, yeah. It actually allows you to select and deselect extra software, so you can customize your install as you want. I have a video about that. Just search openSUSE install in my video list, and you can see how you can customize everything in there. And in there, you can then get a Deepin install. But I'm going to do it via the good old software manager. So I'm opening that one up right now. So this is how it looks like. And if you go into view here, you can basically select what kind of overviews you want, for lack of better words. You could have patterns, package classification, language, repository, search, and stuff like that. We want patterns, because look at patterns under openSUSE as meta packages, I think they're called, under Debian, and groups on Fedora and the likes of that. It's basically a quick install. You can see here we can have GNOME, KDE, XFCE, Cinnamon, LXDE, and stuff like that. So we want Deepin, it's right here. So instead of going in, and find each individual package, or go into the command line and do blah, 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 zipper or apt-get or whatever you want to call it. In openSUSE's case, it's zipper or cipher, pronounce it however you want. Install, and then the Deepin meta package. You can just do it via the graphical environment here, and it's so easy as just tick this box up here. So now it's basically going to install everything we need, and you can go down here and see if it's there anything it missed that you want. So wallpapers for the community, we maybe want that. Deepin utilities, we probably want that. We don't want the paths for the base. The micro-OS features enable, Deepin feature enabler. This tool will help you to enable all features. So yeah, let's do that one also. It just gives you a little bit more graphical representation of how to install the Deepin desktop, and you can do this from within inside the installer. So we'll just click accept, and it's going to download a shit ton of programs here and libraries. We will do continue, and now we just sit back, drink a little bit of coffee out of a dirty mug. Depending on your internet speed, where you are in the world, openSUSE do have some repository problems that's actually holding people back. So if you live in the Asia area, you could potentially have a bad experience downloading from the server. As far as I know, it is something that they are working on. All we have to do right now is being lazy mofos and do nothing other than watching Netflix or anime or whatever you want to watch. Or read a newspaper, go take a dump, go take a pee, whatever you want till it's done. And I'll be back with you when the installation is done, and then we can go from there. Again, I do recommend you do this under fresh install. If you want to see me do this under fresh install, let me know. I will do it. But I don't suspect there's many people that want to see me reinstall openSUSE, because there may be only 1 or 2 people, and it takes a little bit of effort to make these videos. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Oh yeah, and we are back. This is basically, it's just a summary here. Successful finish, blah, 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 blah. We will, if you click continue, you can install some other packages if that's what you want, or you can just click finish, because we are finished. Not finished, but finished. So we can go in here, we can go over to log out. It should now potentially give us a login screen. There you go. Click our username, click on this cogwheel down here, and go into the Debian session. Put in our amazingly NASA encrypted password. And now we are basically setting up Deepin under openSUSE. I just want to do normal mode, and it seems to not be working. We may need to do a reboot here. Yeah, there's definitely something not right here. Opening terminal. Maybe we should have rebooted. Oh, now so. Oh, I'm just not patient enough. There you go. Close terminal. But now we should have Deepin up and running. I haven't run Deepin in a long time. Maybe I should do a new install with Deepin anyway. And test it out. The music app. We have the file manager. Yeah, this is why I didn't do it. I don't really like this file manager here. Confirm. But yeah, it's up and running. Can we set the wallpaper? Now we can set the wallpaper. Let's do the... oh, I like this one. Oh, I really like this one here. So yeah, it's up and running. Let's do a... oh, this is really not good. Let's do a reboot. Yeah, there are some theming things that don't look right. So you may need to go in and fiddle around a little bit with it. It for sure is not the quality that I'm used to from openSUSE. Normally when I install a openSUSE, when I install a desktop environment under openSUSE, it's just like, perfect. You know, everything is set up, you know, the theming is there. I don't have to wait for fucking, you know, my testicles to drop before I can get a taskbar and stuff like that. If this is the experience with Deepin under openSUSE, I will kind of say that it's shitty, to be honest. I will not recommend it for anyone. Like, it is working. It could be because I'm in a virtual machine and I'm not using hardware accelerated graphics. Could be that. Could be why. Not going to say that it's that diff don't play in as a factor. You see here, it didn't even fucking remember the wallpaper that we set. So let's set the wallpaper again. Mixed bag for me. This is actually the first time I installed Deepin under openSUSE. I never been a Deepin fan at all. It is an interesting desktop environment. See you all later. Bye bye.